True. Imagine imagine you had a twin sibling and like instead of your parents giving you different names, they just gave you like the same name but A and B and you were like Mario B. That seems, you say you could always, that seems like the only logical thing to do is to usurp your brother A. It's such a violent verb, I love it. It's like a Hunger Games, but it's Mario A through D all fighting to see who gets to be the real Mario. It's like that fucking meme event that actually happened where all of the Joshes met up to fight and see who could be the real Josh, the one true Josh. Thoughts on shocked face, but it's a 0 instead of an O? Personally, I think it has a completely different attitude to it. Like, it doesn't mean shocked. Like, I feel like it has its own context. Dude, my internet has been fucked up recently. Not last night, but the night before. It went out at 12:40-ish a.m. And I was pissed because I'm like, Tuesday nights are the nights I have to hang out with a friend of mine. And it's being ruined by Spectrum. That shit stayed off. I was like, so I said this in Discord, but whenever I have internet problems, I DM Spectrum support on Twitter. And like, if anybody thinks, why would you ever do that? First of all, I now apparently have to defend myself on that matter because it is an amazing feature that you can just DM your ISP whenever they're acting up. They respond like almost instantly. You don't have to get through a fucking robot on an answering machine and try to awkwardly speak to some customer service representative on a phone. Like, it's instant, it's so nice, it's convenient. They can set up appointments for you, they can do everything they need to. It's a great feature. Anyway, this particular person I was DMing on Twitter was quite the character. They were somebody, you know, it's a Spectrum worker, it has to be. They were somebody who, for one, typed, they realized they had made a mistake in their conversation with me, and so they typed, oh, oops, like, I did this thing wrong. And then, in parentheses, after their sentence, put blushing, like they were emoting in our fucking professional Spectrum conversation. It's the first thing they did. And then later, you know, they could tell that I was getting frustrated in my messages with them. And so the sentence they said to me was, as a gamer and customer myself, I understand how frustrating this can be. And that was the funniest fucking thing I had seen all night. It really made my night. And then, you know, the internet turned out to be off for maintenance, and then it did not come on for another 11 hours, which is pretty annoying. No amount of Lamau XD in my Spectrum professional DMs can make up for that fact. Unfortunately. There's another story with this particular person that I almost don't know if I should tell, but I'm going to anyway. Basically, so when they typed the blushing emote or whatever, you know, they were emoting in the DM, like I said. The Spectrum employee also, like, the mistake they had made was that they were looking at the wrong account. So they gave me, like, the wrong information as to why my internet was down, basically. The information they gave me, they were like, ooh, yeah, looking at your active internet connections, you shouldn't be visiting these malicious sites on this brand of tablet. They could eventually kill your router. And I go, huh, that's weird. We don't have that kind of tablet in our house. They were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I was looking at the wrong account. I'm really glad I caught that for that person. And I'm like, I hope I didn't just, like, accidentally snitch on somebody else. Because the Spectrum employee was looking at the wrong account. If somebody is getting their tablet privileges removed, I feel bad. So that was my Tuesday night. It was a very eventful conversation with Spectrum support. Also, I told the story like a week or so ago about how I'm a horrible grandson because there was one night where my grandfather asked me for ice cream and I had to tell him that I ate it all. Well, this time I went shopping and I suggested to him that we buy 2 things of ice cream so that it is not possible for me to eat all of it. He's like, okay, sure, I'm down, you know? And then I'm like, do you have any preference on ice cream flavor? He's like, something with caramel in it. I'm like, okay, how hard can that be to find? How hard can that be to find? There was like one, well, of the brands that I planned on buying, I didn't even look at the other brands, I'm gonna be honest with you, so I could have made this a lot easier than on me, but I'm just gonna buy from the cheapest brand. Too bad. You know, the store brand. But the store brand, they only had one flavor that had caramel in it. And it was praline pecan. And I'm like, that sounds like something an old man would like. So I got Reese's peanut butter cup. Sorry, it's not Reese's, it's store brand. It's just peanut butter cup. So I got peanut butter cup for myself. And then when I came home, I showed him the 2 flavors. And he looks at the praline pecan and he's like, ooh, I like that one. And I'm like, yeah? I'm good, I'm glad. I chose correctly. Toffee, what does toffee taste like? Have I ever had toffee? I wonder. Is this like caramel? Okay. Pause. Did you hear that? I just incited a war by pronouncing it like caramel. Oh, I see. Like a old people candy. Like a hard candy. Ever have a Heath bar? No, never. I'm not a good candy bar aficionado because my idea of a good candy bar is Payday, which has 2 ingredients. Peanuts and caramel. Pay and day. Unless your brain is already off. Well, what are your go-to brain shutting off activities? Mine is like holding my breath, going to sleep, those kinds of things. Hold on, let me laugh at my own joke real quick. Oh, that's wonderful. I can't wait to watch you do the same level for the next 40 minutes. I will concede though, like when you're having like a good name brand, non-standard flavored ice cream, like let's take cookies and cream as an example. Like there's a difference between an ice cream tasting like a cookies and cream ice cream and an ice cream tasting like it is vanilla ice cream that is trying to imitate what it actually says. You know, there's a difference between like a peanut butter cup ice cream, that's a fucking quicksand patch, and like, oh, this is a vanilla, clearly identifiable vanilla ice cream with chunks of peanut butter in it. So upon thinking about it, I think I have discovered the difference between name brand and store brand ice cream. As somebody who doesn't have cable TV and doesn't get to see like the kinds of commercials that are on cable TV, whenever like the actual Whopper commercial comes on the fucking TV, on my grandfather's TV, it like catches me off guard because I expect it to be an edit every time because I just don't see the original ever. No, I agree. The fact that this wall cake doesn't have Family Guy funny moments playing underneath it makes it extremely difficult to do. I want you to understand that if somebody made a patch that put in Family Guy funny moments in your emulator as you played Kaizo hacks, I want you to know I would shoot up to the first on the leaderboard and beat every Kaizo hack. I want you to know that. What do you mean under my hack? Sorry, you just gave me the idea to chroma key out the color black and replace it with Family Guy funny moments. And that sounds horrible. That sounds awesome. Why do I also have a memory of somebody doing that? Was that like a video? Or a meme or something? Can I make another controversial sentence that's gonna make a bunch of people mad? So like, my grandfather offered to buy me lunch today, and he didn't want anything because I woke up late, so he was basically just buying me lunch, right? But he was like, oh, you know, if they have like ice cream, give me like an ice cream cone. And we looked at the menu, and like, they only had milkshakes, and maybe we could have asked like, you could just have like ice cream, but I don't know. We didn't see ice cream on the menu, and so grandpa was like, okay, it's not on the menu. They only have milkshakes. I don't want one. And I'm like, you're clearly craving ice cream. How is milkshake not just a superior ice cream in like every regard? Like, I guess maybe you're lactose intolerant, you don't want milk in your milk, right? But like, are milkshakes not just like tier 2 ice creams? Is this really that much of a rabbit hole? What do you mean inferior? You're so insanely wrong because it dilutes the ice cream? Like, I get it, maybe you don't like milk. I don't like milk either, but it just makes the ice cream like a more interesting texture. Milkshakes are hella tier 2 ice cream, and I will not be convinced otherwise. Then again, I am the guy who doesn't like root beer floats, and I can see that being a controversial decision as well. Oh my god. What are you talking about? I can't even read like the first third of this paragraph without being upset. Hold on, let me get the star real quick. What do you mean it's too soupy to be enjoyed properly? Huh? It's a milkshake. That's the whole point. Soupy? It's supposed to be like just ice cream with a better texture. It doesn't turn into milk, it turns into liquid ice cream. It is twice as expensive for no reason. Fair, make your own at home. Too soupy to enjoy properly. That's the sentence that I take. What do you mean it's not supposed to be liquid? You fucking, do you take bites out of your ice cream? You need it to be solid? You can't enjoy as many of the toppings because you have to limit it to what you can suck through a straw. You put toppings on your ice cream? They never put enough whipped cream on milkshakes. I hate whipped cream. I always ask them to take it off. Can't binge milkshakes at 2 a.m. You shouldn't be eating ice cream at 2 a.m. You're a psychopath. Whipped cream made me throw up when I was 3 and I can never eat it again. It's a curse. That's just how, like, you probably have your own kind of food like that. That's just my food that's like that. Same with fried fish. I can't eat fried fish because it made me throw up once. Ice cream is not supposed to be liquid is like a sentence I take offense to because like the way do you like scoop the ice cream out while it's still frozen, put the whole thing in your mouth and chew it like it's fucking chicken, like it's a fucking pasta dish? You know? What do you mean no? Like, does it not melt in your mouth? Does it not melt on the spoon? Does it not melt a little bit in the bowl? See, the way I eat ice cream is I get a big old scoop of it on my spoon, and then I slowly work at it, like move my mouth over it to get a little bit off at a time, and then go in for like 4 to 5 more bites. Yeah, it melts a little bit into the base of the spoon from the warmth from the inside of your fucking mouth. It is mostly liquid. You suck off all of the liquid of the chunk of ice cream and do not eat the solid. That's the worst part about ice cream because it fucking freezes the roof of your mouth. Milkshake just skips all the work. You just deposit the deliciousness directly into your mouth. Somebody post the out of context clip. Ideally, I would like to beat it and then go to bed satisfied. Because if I don't beat it tonight, I'm gonna be thinking about it all day tomorrow. Everything I say in that clip is in reference to the level I'm playing, by the way. What do you mean once you get to the end? The worst part of the milkshake is the beginning, when it's like too fucking solid to successfully suck through a straw. Also, I kind of was playing up the whipped cream thing. Like, I don't like whipped cream on anything, but I can eat whipped cream directly out the can, which is weird, as long as it's like by itself. When I was like 2 or 3 years old, my uncle was my babysitter, and we walked to like a nearby diner, and I had like funny face pancakes, which are like, you know, they're pancakes, they shape them like Mickey Mouse ears, and then they put whipped cream and cherries to make like a smiley face or whatever, and that shit made me vomit. So like, for the rest of my life, I'm just gonna constantly think of that whenever I think of whipped cream. And I'm pretty sure, like, maybe it's specific to me to be a whipped cream thing, but I think like most people have something like that where it made them sick once and they just can't eat it. I fucking very much finish off my milkshakes. I have no issue. And just like that, I got that star. The arguing works.